Well, there is no doubt that the Rivers State crisis has again put impeachment at the center of Nigerians' politics, showing how a constitutional power has morphed into a political weapon. Since 1999, impeachment has rarely meant public accountability. It has mostly meant pressure. When a governor falls out with party bosses or power brokers, the House of Assembly often becomes the tool to force loyalty or settle scores. Many past removals were later overturned by the courts, proving that the process was often abused or rushed. Trust TV's Noel Sampson now takes a closer look.
Nigeria runs a presidential system, so a governor cannot be removed by a simple vote. Impeachment under Section 188 is the only legal path. But in real politics, it has become a power tool. Today, impeachment gets put out when a governor falls out with a godfather, a party boss, or a powerful interest. The House of Assembly becomes the battleground. Allegations appear, threats follow, loyalty gets tested. What should protect the public now works as a warning signal. Fall back in line or face removal. This shifts impeachment away from public interest to elite control. Lawmakers stop acting as watchdogs and start acting as enforcers for political bosses. The real issue is no longer the law, it is who uses it and why.
There are clearly itemized reasons in the Constitution, that will constitute a gross misconduct, for example. For me personally, I feel that the impeachment procedures going on in Rivers State is more political. It's not constitutional.
The impeachment itself is meant to safeguard, to protect, the interests of the masses from abuse. Democracy in Nigeria, we have this godfatherism. What is playing out in Rivers State is, of course, a case of a godfather that is not happy with godson, and the only thing that remains is for them to now, because they have a majority in the House, to now resort to the constitutional mechanism, which is the impeachment process, to remove the governor.
Since the return to civilian rule in 1999, more than a dozen impeachment attempts have been launched against governors and the deputies across the country. But many of those removals were later overturned by the courts. With several office holders reinstated after judges ruled that due process was not followed, legal experts say this is why successful and final impeachment remains rare in Nigeria. The Constitution sets a very high bar, and any breach of procedure can collapse the entire process.
The removal of a governor under Section 188 involves the participation of the judiciary. Once a resolution is passed to that effect, but this time around, it's not a simple majority, it's a two-thirds majority because of the significance of it. And if the resolution is passed by two-thirds of the members for the investigation of the allegations that are contained in the notice, the Speaker will request the Chief Judge of the state to constitute a seven-man panel to hear, more or less, I would use this word loosely, to try the allegations.
On the streets of Abuja, Trust TV asks residents what they think about the impeachment of governors and who really benefits from it.
The way all these governors come, some of them come on a platter of, oh, I brought you here. Oh, I sponsor this, I sponsor that. So whatever you do, you must dance to my tune. So some of them is not really based on grossly misconduct. Like if you turn down your godfather, of course, you expect something else. They must find one or two things to make sure that they bring you that, but not necessarily based on grossly misconduct.
But when you come and say, okay, let's not do this in this way, let's do it this way, then how does it work? It cannot work. The next you say you want to impeach him, why do you want to impeach him? After it's we the populace that put him there. So why impeach him? You are being, in fact, you going into that, maybe say, let's say state assembly. Only God knows how you went there. But we want to use the opportunity to impeach somebody whom the general masses put in there. For me, it's wrong.
I think in a developed world, you can't just impeach a sitting governor that way. It doesn't happen that way. So I think it's just like personal reasons.
As events continue to unfold in Rivers State, the spotlight remains on one key issue. Will the constitution be followed to the letter, and can the allegations against the governor stand up to legal scrutiny? Well, Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.